I'm Dusty Litster with Deseret News Rewind, the most comprehensive video coverage of high school sports in the state of Utah. We cover every major sport in the state, bringing you live streams of all the top sports all the way through their state championship games. In football season, we bring the Sunday experience on Friday night. There's nothing else like it with Deseret News Rewind Live, bringing red zone coverage to high school football in the state of Utah. And one of the top videos we have is our top 5 plays, where we've taken all the film that we shoot from our games, from video swap partners, and also the schools themselves and fans sending us videos for the Deseret News Rewind top 5 plays and performances of every single week. And then one of our crown jewels is the part interruption style show, Deseret News Rewind. Myself and Dane Stewart recapping the week that was in both boys and also in the girls sports as well, and talking about the kids and breaking things down to a granular level to reach right to the hearts of the parents and the students throughout the state of Utah. The purpose of what we do with Deseret News Rewind is to cover the kids and the schools, and your help and sponsorships allows us to expand what our coverage is going to be and help us become bigger and better with what we do, and continue to help us be on the cutting edge of any video coverage throughout the country as well. We are very passionate about what we do, about covering these kids. We've been over 15 years of broadcasting games and covering the kids in the state of Utah, and your support helps make it possible.
Welcome into Gino Morgan Court on the campus of Wasatch Academy in Mount Pleasant for a high school rewind coverage of the Wasatch Academy Tigers. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you. And been a little while, Dane, since we've been able to watch Wasatch Academy. We saw them against Springville. Feels like forever ago. It was about 3 weeks ago. However, we saw them then. They were number 15. We see them now. They're number 4.
Yeah, we're going to see a big difference because guess who's back? Madi Sissoko, back from his injury. We're going to see him tonight. Excited to see what this team looks like with one of the top centers in the country in the future Michigan State Spartan.
Yeah, it'd be great to see him back with his hand. And they bring in Desert Valley Prep. Is this a school, the international school, out of Las Vegas? And if those of you know the names, if you follow the prep world, Finlay Prep, this is the new Finlay Prep of Las Vegas, but they're trying to find their way. This is the very beginning. The brick and mortar school will be done for a year. There's some talented guys on this team.
Yeah, first year for Desert Valley Prep and Coach Tony Lane. Great guy. I had a chance to talk with him before the game. A record holder at UNLV, but this is a team. They've got some kids, and it says they're pretty familiar with each other. They're going to learn a lot about this team, and you mentioned, the brick and mortar starts this fall. They're laying the foundation, trying to build a Wasatch Academy-like program down in Las Vegas. And, you really look at a guy like John Jenkins, the center number 34. He's going to have an opportunity to really go up against some talented kids tonight from Wasatch Academy. Dario Dominguez, a young man as well, number 23. Was impressed with his warm-up before the game. And then the guards, I really feel like, you look at Macbeth as well as Ferguson, they're going to have opportunities to really shine tonight, trying to help carry the load. And DVP, see if they can get a big shot in the arm trying to build this program.
Well, it's a team that's trying to come together. They are right now, online students all over the place have been scattered, is what Coach Lane said, but now they've been able to get them together, and it's about coming together as a team. They're an independent in Nevada. They will not play for a state tournament or state championship, much like Wasatch Academy. But John Jenkins will jump it up against Caleb Lohner. We'll have to wait to see Madi Sissoko's home debut of his senior season. It'll be Pop Isaacs, Saunders Lohner, Colomero, and Mike Saunders. And we will start first with Isaacs. He's got to feel pretty good going against the Las Vegas team. Young man out of Las Vegas. Is Colomero give it up? And it's Saunders for 3. Richie Saunders opens the game from downtown.
I was watching his warm-up before the game, and he was hitting 4, 5, 6 of those in a row. Great sign for Wasatch Academy to come out and have their best shooter hit a wide-open 3.
So down the floor with Desert Pines. Straight away 3 is good. Jacob, maybe I was wrong, Jacob McBath.
I wrote down, I think it is McBath.
Saunders knocks down the 3, and it's 6-3.
That one coming from Mike, future Cincinnati Bearcat. A bit of a shooting display here in the first minute.
Inside, big man, and this is going to be interesting. Dario Domingos.
I mentioned thought he had an opportunity to really shine tonight, and the Miners' pace was going to be a real key. Coach Lane wanted his team to play at their pace, not Wasatch Academy. How about the ball movement to get Colomero a lay-in?
As Colomero, beautiful ball movement. Colomero with the easy 2. And now a steal on the press is Richie Saunders for 3. And his second of the quarter.
Boy, you just have to play so sharp. And Coach Lane talked about can't turn the ball over, and they do so. Richie makes him pay with his second made 3.
Colomero nearly with the steal. Pass into the corner. 3 from Ferguson is short. And Isaacs pulls down the rebound, and he's fouled by Kenneth Armstrong. First foul of the game. 6:03 to go in the first.
We had a chance to talk to Dave Evans, head coach for Wasatch Academy before the game. Wasatch Academy, the number 4 team in the country in several polls. Highest ranking this program's ever had. Asked him, hey, have you seen maybe a little bit of lackadaisical play or lack of focus that, no, it's made them even hungrier. And you can see that in the first, we're not even 2 minutes in, they've got 11 points. Hot start offensively, defensively as well for the Tigers.
What he'll love is the defense forcing those turnovers for extra buckets. Saunders passes up on 3, now inside Mike Saunders. Now Caleb Lohner. Back up top to the future Bearcat. Back in the corner. And it's Richie has that one rim out. Lohner fighting for that rebound. Mike Saunders pulls it down. And he'll retreat out. Here's Isaacs. Quickly inside, and Colmero with a two-handed flush.
Well, that time it looked like Dominguez, his eyes were moving, had forgotten that Colmero was there. And Colmero with the dunk finish.
Ferguson tried to step through. We're going to get a foul. As he stepped through, created some contact. The foul against Wasatch Academy, the first team foul on the Tigers. And there's the replay.
Just want to give the pop. It's, you know, so dangerous. This Wasatch Academy team with their pressure can't pick up the dribble at half court. Desert Valley very fortunate to get away with a foul call in that scenario.
As Ferguson walks it across. On the angle now, Armstrong. Working off that screen of Domingos, and a 3 from Armstrong.
Desert Valley not intimidated.
As Caleb Lohner takes a bump, gets the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
One of the most impressive thing about that play, how about the soft touch by Lohner? He's driving, man on a mission. You see the contact there. There are very few people who make Caleb Lohner stop in his tracks. He did. You just see him just lightly lay that up and in. That's a great touch there by the future Ute.
You could hear the contact.
Yeah.
It's a big man from the Dallas Metroplex area. Knocks down the free throw. 16-8, 5:05 to go in the quarter. Jenkins and a handoff to Armstrong to bounce off Colmero, and will stay here. And a timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. You're watching Wasatch Academy basketball on live.ksl and desertnews.com. .501 left in the first quarter. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you. Thanks for watching Wasatch Academy basketball on High School Rewind on live.ksl and desertnews.com. Broadcasts are always brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard and Heidemann and Associates. A impressive start here for Wasatch Academy, but Dane has been able to knock down some shots. They've got some dudes.
They do, and that's a nice hesitation there to get the open shot from McBath, but couldn't finish. And just like that, you got to be quick if you're playing Wasatch Academy, because Mike Saunders will beat you down the floor, count the bucket and the foul.
One of the fastest guys from end to end, and he creates that contact and able to finish it.
The second personal on Domingos. Talk about a young man thought would have an opportunity to really shine tonight, and he's going to have to come off the floor here, picking up number 2.
4:45 to go in the first quarter. As Domingos comes off in favor of Yargo.
Bouhard is what the PA said, so we're going to roll with that.
And I'll give the Bracken Funk the benefit of the doubt. Quickly ahead, send to the corner. Down the baseline, taking the bump from Colmero is Kayvon Ferguson, and Kayvon will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, nice drive there, and you see the little pump fake to create the space along the baseline. Ferguson able to draw the contact. Chance to head to the line here. You know, we've said this before in several Wasatch Academy games. Important points here for Desert Valley. If you want to stay in this ball game, so hard to come back on Wasatch Academy when you get a chance for points. Got to take advantage of it.
Ferguson knocked down the first free throw. Lips out the second. Richie Saunders pulls down the rebound.
You know, a scary thing, I mean, they're playing at an unreal pace, Wasatch Academy is right now. We won't even go over those numbers, but we haven't seen Sissoko on the floor yet.
Right. Pop Isaacs leaves that one short. Rebound taken by McBath. Now off the screen. McBath, now Lohner's going to pick up the foul as Buhard hit the floor, young man out of Lithuania.
I mean, the pace is 140 points in this contest for Wasatch Academy. Said we want to go over those numbers. We just did. Again, I don't know if they keep that pace up, but
it's like a movie Big. He's trying to teach the kid algebra. If Larry Bird scores, how many points and a half? This is a 3 on the way, and good from
McBath. His second 3 of the game.
He's not afraid to shoot.
Yeah.
Richie Saunders pumped the 3, sends to the corner. Mike Saunders, his second 3 of the first quarter.
How about the start for Mike Saunders Jr.? Listed at 6'1". He's got 8 points in the first quarter. He's the leading scorer for Wasatch Academy coming into the ball game.
Buhard off the heel on the rebound. Here's Richie Saunders. Leaves it back for Isaacs. Colmero into the corner. Mike Saunders, third 3.
Make it 11 for Mike.
3.5 to go in the first quarter.
You know, last year we saw so much dribble penetration from Saunders. The addition of the 3 to his game, he just becomes a matchup problem for most teams.
A 3 lips out on Armstrong as Mike gives up Colmero, sends out to Isaacs. In the corner, Caleb Lohner. Can't get it. Colmero with another offensive board. He could have went up and dunked that one. Is the foul on the pass. Will inbound along the baseline here with the Tigers. That's the.
I don't know if he realized it was McBath that was on him, because you're right, he could have gone up and slammed that one with authority. Maybe thought he had a taller defensive presence.
Jeremiah Beckwood comes in as that ball is mishandled, a turnover. On the run, Jenkins, Lohner with him, and Caleb Lohner with the block. Jenkins smiles and he thought it was a foul, but it's out of bounds off of Caleb Lohner. So you're gonna look at it.
We see Lohner with the coast to coast slams, but coming down, no foul, it's blocked cleanly.
Yeah. McBath going to step back on Saunders. Pull on the baseline, Strong, and Isaacs pulls down the rebound. Isaacs right down the lane, and he can't finish at the rim, and no call on the contact. McBath on the run now. McBath weaving his way. Ferguson will pull for 3, and it rolls home. Kayvon Ferguson.
I'm trying to think, have we seen a team come in here and shoot this well from beyond the arc against Wasatch Academy? 43s already for Desert Valley.
As Lohner's underneath, and not in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is Wasatch Academy's hit 5, so, you know, they'll live with that ratio all night. But I'm just thinking, usually we don't see that.
Usually it's the second quarter before teams start playing. And
now,
I'm telling you right now, screen and lob. This ball is getting thrown at the front of the rim. And if it's not, David. They don't. Man, I predicted it. That's what blew up. There's a steal. Armstrong gets a foul on Sissoko, and Armstrong goes to the line for 2 free throws. Just as I predicted, Body picked his first foul. You see a guy walking around the back there, Dave Rose, former BYU coach. Just enjoying retirement. Decided to come down to Mount Pleasant.
Hey, if I could retire by going to Wasatch Academy games, sign me up, huh? I'd do that in a heartbeat.
Glad to see Dave doing well. Cancer stuff over the years, had a heart attack this summer, but we just wish him the best. Glad to see him here in Mount Pleasant. First free throw was good, and so was the second. You know, when I said that was Armstrong, it was Jeremiah Beckwood. He brought Tim Lacombe with him, too. As Sissoko to Isaacs into the corner, Colmero. Down the lane. Isaacs lobbed that up. Sissoko. Not a dunk, but it's 2 points nonetheless.
Got an injury. I couldn't tell if Jenkins, he might have been the young man that went up to contest the shot by Sissoko. He was, yeah, that elbow came in right below the neck there.
Nothing intentional there. Is coming on is Matouche. Oh, pardon me, it's Rigsby. Young man out of Colorado. Good crowd on tonight.
This is a good crowd. This is, I mean, people know this is my favorite gym in the state of Utah. It has that old Hoosiers field, the wood plank ceiling. It's fantastic.
Oh, how about that up and under there by Buhard.
Yeah, nice job going up against Sissoko, who was back there and able to use the rim. As some help to create a little bit of space for that shot and finish on the reverse.
Nice ball movement. Saunders send to the corner. Rigsby for three. Long. Crawls off. Rebound to Lohner. Caleb fall away. Jay got it.
I was just thinking that Desert Valley's been calling back in this thing. That was only a 7-point deficit prior to that basket.
We got a number of Division I guys on this team as well.
Yeah.
As Ferguson fouled on the floor. 54.8 seconds to go in the first quarter.
This one given to Saunders, was trying to cut off that drive. Lohner would come over to help, but might get called with a hand check. His first personal. 5 team fouls each side here in our first quarter.
Isaacs comes off as Sissoko gets a block on the three. Here comes Lohner. Caleb right to the rim.
Another soft finish right at the rim for Lohner. Attacks with the fiery intensity and able to just softly lay it up and over the front rim. Stepped out.
Out of bounds, and gotta tell you, Brooklyn James made a nice business decision on that Lohner take.
Yeah.
There wasn't even thinking, do I take it? Nope, I'm gonna get to the other side of the rim real fast.
He chose wisely.
30 seconds to go. I would have done the same thing. I'm not knocking.
No.
I don't stand on the tracks when the train's coming through. His body takes a bump and is fouled, and it'll put Jeremiah Beckwood his first. And it'll put Monty Sissoko at the line.
Monty, young man, we talked about this, missed a couple games. You know, I feel like he's going to get better, more comfortable as the season goes on, and you try to work those minutes back up. He's been good from the floor in his return. 67%. He's only shot 3 free throws prior to that one. As you see, there's that business decision you were talking about there, Dusty.
Our broadcast.
That's an investment for your future, huh?
Absolutely. His ribs thanks him.
Yeah.
As Monty goes 1 for 2. Out of bounds off of Richie. That was close. 19 seconds left in the first. Watch for that trap. Here it comes. Coach Lang gets a timeout. So timeout on the floor. 12 seconds up in the first quarter. We'll be right back.
When I go to an employer, I have military veterans and education on my resume, and it's always impressed them. It's always given me that edge. They know that I'm somebody that would be dependable and hardworking, that I know how to work in stressful environments, but still overcome it and get the job done. I know I owe that all to the National Guard and joining the military.
First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the Army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the Army goes rolling along.
Out of the timeout, 12.8. And there's a steal. Rigsby give it up to Saunders. And it comes off. Monty with a two-handed slam.
The rim betrayed Mike, and Monty able to finish it.
And Desert Valley does not get the shot off. And at the end of one, it is Wasatch Academy 33, Desert Valley 19. As Madi Sissoko's first dunk at home this season. You're watching Wasatch Academy basketball on High School Rewind. Start of the second quarter, Dusty Lister, Dean Stewart with you. As always, our broadcast brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard and presented by Heidemann and Associates. And in that first quarter, a lot of action and a lot of threes.
Yeah, 5 of them made for Wasatch Academy. Mike Saunders hit 3 of them, the other 2 coming from Richie. But Desert Valley, their three-point shooting really kept them in that first quarter. They hit 4 of them.
Hard misses. Here comes Mike Saunders, leaves it for Loner. Rigsby. Is it back?
Big question is, do either of these 2 teams sustain that percentage from beyond the arc?
Oh, and Caleb Loner off the lob.
Why risk the 3 when you can get a finish at the rim for 2, huh? That's a nice throw by Saunders, and Loner with a pretty finish.
Bath sends it up top. Here's Ferguson on the angle. Richie Saunders. Ferguson short on the 3. Rigsby with the rebound. Rigsby draws the foul on Jacob McBath, and McBath, I believe, his second personal foul. That is the 16th foul. Desert Valley.
So now free throws and coming the rest of the way for Wasatch Academy here in the first half.
Brendan Rigsby at the line. As Big Foose comes on. And that's what Madi Sissoko gives. I don't think of the depth as Foose gets to come off the bench. Just another big body you're throwing out. And a very capable big body is front end. Rigsby no good. Foose taps it out. Rigsby passes up the 3. Get up to Mike Saunders. Drives. Haynes can't hit. Madi with the rebound. And Madi backs it out. Richie for 3. Rims out. Big Foose with the board and bucket.
Foose has had a great 2 years. Another turnover.
Rigsby with the rip and the hammer.
How about Brennan Rigsby, huh? Going straight to the rack and getting the slam finish. The lead pushed up to 20. It was just 7 a couple moments ago. It's a 13-0 run right now.
Don't get me wrong. I love Madi Sissoko dunks. Rigsby's become one of my favorites because you just don't expect it.
Yeah.
Chickens to be, you just get goosebumps. There's Madi. There's not a lot of height you can get away from Madi Sissoko. Here's our look at this dunk from Rigsby.
How about that? Boy, stop the basketball, huh? 1-0-1. And that time, McBath not wanting to do so. He's got 2 fouls. I can understand that. Don't want to risk that, but concede a dunk instead.
No, I don't edit and choose our DNR T5. Preston and Vince do it, and our intern Preston. I think we could get some Wasatch Academy highlights in there this week, maybe. I'll put a request in. Is that free throw? Both free throws are good.
It stops that 13-0 run.
Madi off the bump, and Madi okay. He's going to line, shoot 2.
Marty gets up rather quickly, and you saw everyone coming like, no. And Marty's like, I'm going to the line, man. What's the problem?
One of my favorite movies, there's a thing about I wake up every morning, I clap my hands together and say, it's going to be a great day. That was Marty Sissoko right there.
I get a chance to go improve my free throw percent. Why wouldn't I be excited, huh?
First free throw is good. Got them both. 30-second timeout on the floor. We'll take a look at them. You're watching Wasatch Academy basketball.
When I go to an employer, I have military variance and education on my resume, and it's always impressed them. It's always given me that edge. They know that I'm somebody that would be dependable and hardworking, that I know how to work in stressful environments, but still overcome it and get the job done. I know I owe that all to the National Guard and joining the military.
6:09 left in the half. You're watching High School Rewind's coverage of Wasatch Academy basketball. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you. If you're not laughing and smiling, I don't know, hopefully we can put at least a little bit of a chuckle in your night.
Well, I'll tell you the team that's not chuckling, I'll do it after this.
Colmero with the steal. Leaves it for Isaacs. Pop can't get down one as Rigsby pulls down the rebound. They reset the offense. Brennan can't get the three to go. Big Foose with another offensive board and bucket. If you watch the Great Western Shootout, you know my affinity for Big Foose.
How about the clear out without the foul? That's a great job by Foose. A legal play, and then creates a steal.
And the dunk.
Maybe the unappreciated aspect of Foose's game. How many times have we seen him in this press generate extra possessions for Wasatch Academy? I love the development of Big Foose this year.
Rigsby with the steal. The three won't go. Jenkins chases down the rebound. You know, that game against Rocky Mountain High School in the Boise area, they were trailing. It was Foose. They got the steal as McBath knocks down his third three. But Foose kind of saved the run there. Right now, Wasatch Academy trying to go undefeated. They lost the game. That great shootout bid for Foose as Colmero can't get that one. And
yeah, they were shorthanded. Needed Foose to play big minutes in that contest. And he came up big, and that was certainly a game-altering play. They ended up winning that one in overtime.
Jenkins fouled by Foose.
I'm happy the Wasatch Academy won that game, but I'm happy that Rocky Mountain gave him a game because now Dusty has to acknowledge Idaho basketball ain't that bad.
For 1 year, at least one team.
All right, so I made a comment a moment ago, and it was right at the time when Wasatch Academy had a steal. I said there's a team that isn't laughing right now, and that's Hamilton Heights. You know, that's a top 5 team in the country. Wasatch Academy plays them Saturday, January 18th. That's going to be a really big game out at tournament in Virginia. That game 8 days away, and it will be a really key one for Wasatch Academy and their hopes to get back to the Geico Nationals for Hamilton Heights and their hopes as well. It'll be a real entertaining one, and one that you'll certainly want to tune in and catch.
First free throw was good for Jenkins, and everybody thought it was the second. Gets them both. 45-27, 4:25 to go in the first half. Isaacs hands off to Rigsby, now up top, Colmero. Yo, to Rigsby, oh nice. And Foose can't finish. He's fouled by Domingos. And it's number 3.
Boy, there's not a lot of room to make this pass. That is a nifty play. Able to just sneak that ball inside to Foose, rolling off the screen. was close to finishing it, just rolled off the rim. And instead, free throws coming up for Foose, shooting 65% from the line coming into tonight.
Lips out the first. What's coming on is
don't have a 35.
We'll have a 35 on the roster. 4:10 to go in the second quarter. In the corner we go to Ferguson. Guarded by Rigsby. Jenkins. He's stolen by Comero. Jenkins down the lane. Met by Big Foose, but gonna get Foose with the foul. That was pretty good.
Man, Coach Evans' reaction, and I don't disagree with it. Not often does Dave Evans have a drop jaw. He did on that one. That is a lot of basketball. I don't know if he called him with the body, but I think that's pretty straight up. Don't love that call personally. The Wasatch Academy bench wasn't fans of it either.
Jenkins and Isaac just chatting.
I missed it.
I was trying to figure out. I was like, is he really looking to his left? He is, and he's talking to Isaacs, and Isaacs saying he got a ball. No, he didn't. And they were still talking about it. Jenkins gets them both. He's 4 for 4 from the strike. 3:50 to go in the first half.
Well, Coach Evans welcomed Foose as he came off the floor and talked to him for just a second, and then kind of chuckled. I'm sure that was probably a similar conversation. Yeah, that was clean, bro.
Told me to still put on the highlight reel. Into the quarter, Comero. Front irons a 3. Lohner tracks down the rebound into the corner. Isaacs can't get it. Mahdi skies in for the board, leaves it short. Jenkins pulls down the rebound. Ferguson. Can't get 3 go, and Mahdi mishandles that rebound, and we'll stay here.
Well, one of the things that's so great for Wasatch Academy, we talked about it a little bit. Having Sissoko back in the lineup is obviously great, right? You had 6'9" center, but he hasn't taken away. And even on the offensive end, we've seen him become more of a rebounder, right? He's not dominating the basketball, not dominating the possession, just comes in playing his role, happy to get second chance opportunities when they've come. And it's really helped this Wasatch Academy team be stronger.
Can't get that one as Caleb Lohner goes the other way. And Caleb Lohner lays it in.
11 points now for Caleb. Boy, he's a big that I just love the way he runs the floor because he just never takes a possession off.
McBath pumped the 3, step inside and hit. McBath has had himself quite the first half.
Yeah, I think he's got 8 points, unofficially leading the way for Desert Valley. Hit a couple big threes in that first quarter.
Isaacs inside to Richie. Richie lets a flyby and then gets the foul on Kenneth Armstrong, and it'll be Richie Saunders going to the line for 2 free throws. Now the double bonus for the final 2:26.
Been impressed. Wasatch Academy, we kind of, joked in the first half about the pace they were on. They're still scoring at a really impressive clip here. And this is a team that a month ago was averaging, 104 points a game. Coming into tonight, they were at 92. It's come down a little bit, but looking like they're picking that right back up here tonight.
McBath comes off the screen. Short on the 3, the rebound to Armstrong. Nice dish, and Mahdi with the block. So foul on the floor before the shot.
When you play Wasatch Academy, and we see this, right? We do 8 or 10 games or so a year. You got to play with confidence. And 35, he's heading off the floor right now. I think that's going to be a lesson for him to kind of learn. I mean, that ball, hey, go up with confidence, right? Go draw contact. And almost felt like he maybe knew Mahdi was there and was a little tentative, understanding who he was going up against. Go up strong, go up confidently, earn a trip to the line, and Coach Lane making the substitution.
First free throw good from Armstrong.
Kenneth has been strong tonight as well. I've got him now with 9 unofficially.
Gets them both.
Nice defense there by Ferguson. Put him past a couple screens.
And Isaacs draws a foul, much to the chagrin of the coaching staff of Desert Valley. Had a quiet first half here for Pop.
Yeah, I don't have him in the books yet. You know, a young man averaging 15 coming into tonight, sophomore. But he's another one, and I think that's really one of the differences when you look at this specific Wasatch Academy team. There's not a lot of men that look for theirs, right? They play within the offense very well, very content to share the basketball, look for the best shot. It's been one of the things that, to me, has made this team a really fun team to watch.
Pop goes 0 for 2.
Well, that doesn't happen much for Isaac, 74% shooter from the line.
Sissoko with the steal. Saunders sends ahead. Ritchie lobs it up to Caleb Lohner. Leaves it back for Ritchie. And Ritchie Saunders.
And they just make difficult plays look easy. There's a couple of times where that ball's threaded, and Wasatch Academy able to easily come up with it and generate 2.
And Buhard.
So that's what I'm talking about when I say go up confidence. You've got Caleb Lohner right there, but Buhard goes up with that one hand, able to finish past him. Nice move.
Mahdi lost the hand on the way up. Overshot that one. Ferguson on the push. Ferguson goes right at Mahdi, and Mahdi spiked the ball, and Ferguson.
Yeah, the follow through is what he's going to get hit with here. Was certainly all ball, but thought he came down, and we'll have another look at it here. You see Mahdi's just sizing this one up.
What are you going to call it? I guess it's on the body, I suppose.
I mean, it's, yeah. I actually thought initially that he might have hit him in the head as he was coming through, but on the replay, it looked like it was on the hand after the ball's away, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah,
but
part of it was how Ferguson fell. Made it really awkward.
Yeah. That's why I thought he hit him in the body, but I don't think he did.
Lefties just do things differently as he gets them both. 51-37. Minute 15 to go in the first half. Lohner right at Jenkins, and Jenkins thought he had it clean. The assistant coach on the bench, he's saying he's straight up, but it'll be Lohner going line to shoot 2.
At the line, number 13, Caleb Lohner.
The future Ute. Go strong on the first.
Well, he's going to be a fun time for that program. You look at Utah and all the youth they have up there, Mr. Ryland Jones and sophomore scorer Timmy Allen, and now you're going to add Caleb Lohner.
And not to mention other local products and Jackson Brinchley there as well.
Yeah. They even had a Centennial Patriot who made some national news this week, Brooks King, getting awarded with a scholarship up there. That's the old homeland.
Jenkins short on the 3. Lohner with rebound, 54 seconds to go. Lohner just didn't realize the spacing there and a little too hot. That pass there to Isaacs, and it's a turnover. So Ferguson will walk the ball up the floor, 45 seconds to go. Ferguson pressured, give it up. Jenkins passes it up, back to Ferguson. Down to 30 seconds. Jenkins going at Lohner. And Lohner with the rip. Mike Saunders back to Ritchie Saunders. Pass it to 3. And again, just a little too excited as there's a turnover. Coach telling Monty catch the ball.
I couldn't tell if Monty maybe trapped himself a little bit behind the backboard on that specific play.
Down to 5 seconds. McBath. 2, 1. Ferguson. Short on the horn. And at the end of 2 quarters, it is Wasatch Academy 52, Desert Valley 37. You're watching Wasatch Academy basketball on High School Rewind.
Dusty Litster with Deseret News Rewind, the most comprehensive video coverage of high school sports in the state of Utah. We cover every major sport in the state, bringing you live streams of all the top sports all the way through their state championship games. In football season, we bring the Sunday experience on Friday night. There's nothing else like it with Deseret News Rewind Live, bringing red zone coverage to high school football in the state of Utah. And one of the top videos we have is our top 5 plays, where we've taken all the film that we shoot from our games, from video swap partners, and also the schools themselves and fans sending us videos for the Deseret News Rewind top 5 plays and performances of every single week. And then one of our crown jewels is the part interruption style show, Deseret News Rewind. Myself and Dane Stewart recapping the week that was in both boys and also in the girls sports as well, and talking about the kids and breaking things down to a granular level to reach right to the hearts of the parents and the students throughout the state of Utah. The purpose of what we do with Deseret News Rewind is to cover the kids and the schools, and your help and sponsorships allows us to expand what our coverage is going to be and help us become bigger and better with what we do, and continue to help us be on the cutting edge of any video coverage throughout the country as well. We are very passionate about what we do, about covering these kids. We've been over 15 years of broadcasting games and covering the kids in the state of Utah, and your support helps make it possible.
Apologize for the technical difficulties coming out of the half. Foose with the bucket. Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart with you here. Gino Morgan Court at Wasatch Academy. And Dane, that first half from Wasatch Academy was impressive as we've been able to see. There's a carry there on McBath. So a turnover and a fun first quarter for Desert Valley. And then really the consistency of Wasatch Academy took over.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at the halftime stats, you've got 7 different scores for Wasatch Academy, 7 different scores for Desert Valley. That second quarter was just 19-18. Desert Valley was able to find a way to kind of hang around as Foose picking up the offensive here, and that one baited a little bit, I think. But DJ Johnson will take it. But, you know, to me, Desert Valley, I thought they did a really nice job hitting some perimeter shots. They did a really great job in that second quarter of getting to the line and then hitting free throws. 4-8, you've got 10 points in that second quarter coming from the line for the Miners. Really helped to, you know, keep that scoring pace pretty even in quarter number 2.
Ferguson leaves it back for Jenkins. Off the mark, Richie Saunders pulls down the rebound. Richie gets inside and draws a foul on Ferguson. It'll be the first team foul of the half on the Silver Miners. I love that mascot.
I do too. You know, I was prepping for this game and I saw Silver Miners. I was like, oh yeah, that's like top 5 for me. And I figure you like the color scheme as well.
Absolutely. The three's off the mark. McBath stops, and a 3 crawls out. There'll be a silver and black city here soon.
I was going to have to see if Alliance Stadium will have a basketball floor in it, huh?
Yeah.
See if we can make that happen.
I'm sure there'll be a Final Four.
Yeah, there will be.
As Saunders, the ball slipped out of his hand. Foose with the board and bucket.
I said Alliance, it's Allegiant.
Allegiant.
My apologies, Allegiant. How about Foose? 4 points here to start this third quarter. Talk about his development. He's grown last year to this. And we talk about why you come here. I remember seeing Mahdi as a freshman. And to see him over 4 years turn into what he's turned into. And Foose, you know, first year here was a sophomore last year. You see him step last year this year, and you just imagine where he'll be next year. And that's why you come to Wasatch Academy, and that's why Desert Valley trying to build this down in Vegas, right? They see what programs like this are able to do to help teach the game and get players to the next level. Wanted to try to establish that down in the desert.
You know, Coach Lane was a lot of fun to talk to pre-game. You mentioned he holds the record 14 of 15 in a single game.
And he said, that will never be broken. I love it. Love the confidence.
Some guys will go 11 of 12. He goes, if I go to the Thomas and Mack, I walk over and say, hey, I'm Tony Lane. I got to be 14 out of 15.
He's like, and it's a 15-shot minimum. So, you know, like, it's not going to happen.
You know, what I'm mad is I didn't
Hilarious.
ask him. He's from Philadelphia originally, and I forgot to ask him which was his favorite cheesesteak. Because as Philadelphians will tell you, it's not Pat or Gino's. There's other ones. And I just wanted to get his feelings on that as Loner can't get it.
I think it's Moochie's.
Oh, right, he said hammer.
I thought you'd appreciate that. Huh?
Kenneth Armstrong with the dunk. She is, the original owners are from Philadelphia.
It's a good cheesesteak.
They get
I spent time in Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
not Philly, but it's a good cheesesteak.
They get the Amoroso roll out here too, and it's really good.
You know what that is? That's free advertising for you right there.
Absolutely.
Oh,
and
away.
Foose are saying that Foose lost it. No, he's saying it went off his foot. David hasn't quite got to this.
He's still got a pretty locked-in look, Coach Evans does.
He hasn't quite got to the Springville area where he had the tie off.
The shirt untucked.
Yeah.
It became a Sunday afternoon real quick here in that Springville game.
Armstrong, passing up top to Jenkins. John Jenkins. They're saying that was tipped by Foose. And Kenneth Armstrong has it. Armstrong sent it back up top, 3 on the way. Dario Domingos is too strong. Richie, transition 3. Richie Saunders.
Remember, he hit that pair of threes back in the first quarter. Richie, man, shooting 46% from beyond the arc. 46%. Whew.
Kid is
BYU
good.
fans should be excited. Yeah.
And even Mark.
Imagine Dave Rose sitting here like, oh yeah, my offense.
BYU one of the top three-pointing schools in the country this year. Yeah.
Ah, good for them. I missed that.
Efficiency, absolutely.
Good for them.
Domingos left that one short. That's out of bounds off of Desert Valley. The Wasatch Academy basketball, 4:49 left in the third. But it won't hurt to have Richie Saunders on the floor. Richie wants that screen from Foose. He got it in the corner. Oh, and Richie was online. Big Foose with the board and the hammer.
Foose.
Don't even try to say the full name. We just call him Foose. As that shot's off the side of the backboard and the rebound to Mike Saunders. Mike Saunders Jr. in the corner to Richie. Back inside, Big Foose. Oh, and he's just showing it all. Telling you. We were saying earlier, I have to tell you, but telling them, everyone else, just look out. This kid is just.
And you know what makes him better? Sitting on the bench last year, playing 6 minutes a game, but going up against Monty Sissoko every day in practice. That's how you get better. You go up against the best. And why do you want to come to Wasatch Academy, or why do you want to come and, sit the bench and play for 6 minutes as a freshman or a sophomore? Is for moments like that. How about the movement of Foose in the post to create shooting opportunities in this game as well? He's done a really good job of creating space, finding space in the block, and then finishing with authority.
Jenkins gets around him, and nice take, and Jenkins can't get that one to drop. Saunders over to Richie Saunders. He's for Big Foose for three. Short on the tray. Mike Saunders gonna reset over to Richie. Richie, give him some airspace, so you don't want to do that. As Richie Saunders, 4-3, timeout, Coach Evans. 3:25 left in the third. Foose and Richie, they got it going. You're watching Wasatch Academy basketball.
When I go to an employer, I have military experience and education on my resume, and it's always impressed them. It's always given me that edge. They know that I'm somebody that would be dependable and hardworking, that I know how to work in stressful environments, but still overcome it and get the job done. I know I owe that all to the National Guard and joining the military.
3:25 left in the third. Quickly up the floor here with Ferguson. That one inside and out of bounds off of the Silver Miners. Back down the floor we go with Wasatch Academy.
You want to know the crazy thing, Dusty? We talked about the three-point shooting in that first half. Wasatch Academy didn't hit a three in the second quarter. Someone's hit a pair here in this third, but man, they can just come at you with so many different offensive weapons. If there's one of them right there, how about no foul? Saunders hit the floor hard.
Mike Saunders able to walk that one off. Bracken Funk is willing to jump into the deep end of the pool. But
HPA, he doesn't have a choice.
I don't swim as well as Danny Detchen. I'm not doing that.
He did a really good job. About 9 points in the quarter for Foose, 15 in the contest. You know, if he had made that three about 30 seconds ago, I'm not going to lie, he may have just locked up our Utah Army National Guard most consistent performer. He missed it, so he's still got some work to do.
Yeah, he's had a couple of chances.
Right.
But back to Bracken going for the full name. I mean, I make sure I always mention this. I've never met a more confident basketball player in our time than Bracken Funk when he was at Lone Peak. When he blew the kiss against Riverton in 07, that's a top 5 moment. Is that you are on the hits at the little jail on the baseline as Richie Saunders misses on the 3. McBath pulls down the rebound.
I'll tell you this, if they had state championships for PA, man, he'd be a reigning, multi-year, defending. He's one of the best in the biz.
He's got a long way as Richie Saunders goes coast to coast. Pardon me, Mike Saunders. I knew he was going to do that. Mike Saunders lays that one in. As Bracken hooped it.
Mike's first point since his scorching hot first quarter, had 11 back in the first. Talk about the depth of options on this team, and that's exactly what it is. You've got multiple guys who go for 8 or 10 in a quarter. It's what makes matchups against, like the one upcoming against Hamilton, so intriguing. You see that drive by Saunders. I still say, I don't recall watching a quicker point guard in our time. We've got 15 years behind us.
Not from an end. Like I said, I wanted to see he and Ryland Jones. That would have been so much fun.
That would be fun.
We need to make sure that happens in their time as he's at Cincinnati and Ryland's.
You hear that? Utah City, let's get it done, huh? That would be fun.
It would be awesome.
That would be. Question is, can Saunders have the kind of impact at Cincinnati that Ryland Jones has had at Utah? That's a tall task.
It's a tall task. I don't know why he couldn't.
I don't disagree. I love that fit. Say it every game. Love it.
Jenkins, 0 for 2 from the stripe. I don't know, Jenkins has a field goal tonight.
I don't think he does. I think he's just got free throws.
Colmero inside to Foose. Big Foose.
Sell out, going for the steal, and against the big men from Wasatch Academy, that usually ends up in disaster.
As Domingo said, hey, big man, stay on your feet. As Foose tried to get the foul, didn't get it. Inside of a minute and a half left in the quarter. Richie up top to Colmero. And Colmero, who normally soars through the air, knocks down the top of the key 3. And a steal. Saunders ahead to Isaacs. Pop can't get it. Richie with the tip in.
Another young man whose game has really morphed in his time here. His ability to drive and his defense. Seen a lot of growth for Richie Saunders in his 2 years here at Wasatch Academy.
Ferguson nearly turned that one over. Here's another look at that Richie Saunders tip. You saw that last play with Ferguson. That's why Jerry Sloan used to always teach his point guards, try to make that little pass underneath the free throw line because the spacing's off. Makes it so hard. Oh, fall away. Jay rattles home. Domingos.
He's got a thick legs, man. I mean, those shorts look like spandex. He's got some big thighs, right?
Looks like my cycling shorts.
Yeah.
Goes into Saunders, gets another rebound and can't finish the left hand. Foose with the board. And 1 for Foose.
That one you could hear the call from Coach Lane. Domingos get a board. Just couldn't do it as he picks up his 4th foul here on the play. And Foose again at the rim as this thing's been pushed up to 30.
Misses the free throw. And then Domingos foul by Foose. And that is the 16th foul on Wasatch Academy. 16 fouls on the Tigers, 3 on the Silver Miners. 23 seconds left in the third. Domingos going at Foose. Saunders came down. They draw the foul, and Domingos count the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Nice job by Domingos. We talked about he was a young man, thought that he'd have an opportunity to showcase himself as Foose is fouled out. Great job. We're talking about Foose, his ability to work the blocks, and that time it's Domingos doing the same for Desert Valley. And they go to the line here for a three-point play.
I did not realize he was at 4 fouls already.
Yeah, I didn't either. I had missed that.
Back rim, the three. Ritchie with the board. Here comes Isaacs. 5 seconds. 3, Isaacs. No. Saunders. Oh, can't get it. And that'll do it for the third quarter. And at the end of 3, it is Wasatch Academy 78, Desert Valley 50. You're watching Tiger Basketball on High School Rewind.
Dusty Litster with Deseret News Rewind, the most comprehensive video coverage of high school sports in the state of Utah. We cover every major sport in the state, bringing you live streams of all the top sports all the way through their state championship games. In football season, we bring the Sunday experience on Friday night. There's nothing else like it with Deseret News Rewind Live, bringing red zone coverage to high school football in the state of Utah. And one of the top videos we have is our top 5 plays, where we take in all the film that we shoot from our games, from video swap partners, and also the schools themselves and fans sending us videos for the Deseret News Rewind top 5 plays and performances of every single week. And then one of our crown jewels is the part interruption style show, Deseret News Rewind. Myself and Dane Stewart recapping the week that was in both boys and also in the girls sports as well, and talking about the kids and breaking things down to a granular level to reach right to the hearts of the parents and the students throughout the state of Utah. The purpose of what we do with Deseret News Rewind is to cover the kids and the schools, and your help and sponsorships allows us to expand what our coverage is going to be and help us become bigger and better.
Right out of the quarter break, Ferguson knocks down the 3.
I wasted no time, huh? Let's get this thing rolling. Nice shot there by Ferguson, straight away.
Oh, nice ball movement. Caleb Lohner to Colmero.
Moving without the basketball is so critical in Coach Evans' offense, and these Tigers do it so well. And that time it's Colmero, lane wide open. Lohner able to find him.
3 off the mark. Rebound comes out to the Silver Miners. Joey into the corner. There's Stubbs out there. Is Joey. And Evans will pick up the foul as Lohner. Oh, you got that going to the garbage can.
That was close.
I feel like Kevin Harlan just for 1 second calling 2 things there.
Huh?
Got the
The only difference is we had video of the 2 things, right?
It's true, yeah. That's the only way.
I guess it didn't go in the garbage can.
No, it didn't.
So
It got downstairs.
All good.
It's the only thing I haven't come with Kevin Harlan. Is Ferguson. Back rims the front end on 1-on-1. Quickly ahead. That ball's out of bounds off of the Silver Miners and will stay here.
How about this? We're 4th quarter, and Isaac still has not scored for Wasatch Academy.
As Colmero can't get it. And it's Trey Evans.
And they have 82 points.
Rigsby with the steal. Isaacs has back to Trey. Trey back out to Pop. Oh, nice Euro step. And he heard you, Dane, and as he gets his first field goal of the night. McBath foul by Rigsby.
You know, I'm not shocked that he hadn't scored. Sometimes that's just the way the game goes, right? But to have 82 points before Pop gets on the board, that's where I'm like, oh my goodness. We talk about the depth, how good this offense is, and I think that just speaks to it.
Is Jacob McBath goes to the line with 6:28 left in the 4th.
We've got 9 different Tigers in the books tonight.
Quickly ahead, Lohner. Caleb Lohner.
In fact, I think every player that's played has scored.
Lohner's had a quiet night on the opposite end. Had that lob in the first quarter.
Had 12 in the first half. Those are his first points since that point. In fairness to Lohner, a lot of those minutes were given to Foose in the third. As Lohner will come out here.
As Lohner comes off. Quickly inbound, McBath, fall away 3, no, the rebound to Matus. Quickly ahead, Comero. Oh, got a little too cute with that one, send up top to Evans.
Man, when you have a player like the flying squirrel, you got to throw that ball up instead of trying to go through the defender.
And Richard Pop Isaacs for 3. Domingos had his shoe come untied.
Look at this. We got a lot of colors on the rainbow in sneakers. We got blue, got orange, and now we just had like a green check-in for Desert Valley. We got a red on the bench, a yellow. Got a lot of versatility
Like
on
one of our,
footwear.
you're noticing things of one of our old broadcast partners.
Hey, you learn, Dusty.
Somewhere Rufus Sprague's like, wait, what?
Those guys used to tease me about that. Now they're stealing my bid. I failed to mention Matus had come on the floor, young sophomore. A lot of minutes early in the year as this lineup has gotten more healthier. I think some of those have crawled back. Good to see him back on the floor as sophomore. Great shooter for Wasatch Academy. Another young man that has a real bright future here with the Tigers.
First free throws off the mark.
When we talk about how good the free throws were in the second quarter for Desert Valley, hit 10 free throws in that second quarter. 10 of their 18 came from the line. They've only hit 1 free throw since that point, so they've gone cold from the line ever since then, and the score has gotten a little lopsided as a result.
Yeah. Foul on Desert Valley, and it's on McBath. That's his number 3, and 14 foul on the Silver Miners. 5.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Wasatch County basketball on High School Rewind. Matus from the corner. Ronsky with the 3. Domingos can't get that one to crawl home. Rebound to Matus. On the push now, Comero. The flying squirrel with a 2-handed slam.
Feels like every game we get that kind of a dunk from Leo.
We're going to have another one. Isaacs, give it up. Not as fancy, but just as many points. Matus lays that one home.
He kind of came down grimacing. I don't know if he had the intent of going up and dunking. Something just went awry on takeoff.
Domingos lays that one in. 4.5 left.
We're getting ready to have the big man come in.
Domingos, that's number 5. And I'll say this, I've really much enjoyed watching Dario Domingos tonight.
We talk about going to the rim with confidence. How about Rigsby, 6'2", going up against the much bigger Dario Dominguez and drawing the contact and fouling him out. You said how much you enjoy watching Rigsby play? That's why, right?
He's like, I want some of that. You know what happened is he watched the top 5 plays that got sent to us, the posterization this week from the young man at Sky Ridge, and he's like, I want some of that.
I can do that.
Yeah. Brandon knocks down the first.
Here it is. We talked about shoes. How about size 20 walking on the floor right now in Cameron Waits?
Cameron Waits, young man from the Dallas Metroplex area. Town just north of Carrollton called the Colony. As there's a take and a foul as Kenneth Armstrong will go to the line to shoot 2. But Cameron Waits, someone we got to meet, came late But man, he is really trimmed down. He's lost a lot of. He's trimmed down quite a bit. The man that could be playing multiple sports. The first free throw, no good here from Kenneth Armstrong. Right now, I think that's 8 straight missed free throws.
That's a lot. I mean, I haven't made a free throw since the third quarter. It was Kayvon Ferguson that hit it.
Trey Evans into the corner to Isaacs. He traveled.
I had to get an updated weight for Cameron Waits. I was told 315. I think he looks leaner than that. When we first met him, he was like 320, 325.
I didn't know. I thought he was bigger than that, yeah. When he got here, he was like at 340.
Yeah, he was like 340.
Yeah.
350 when he got here. That young man has been.
As long as that first step's getting faster.
I'll tell you what, he does not look 315 to me. Like I mean, he's big, but he's a lean 315, I think. Do you agree, or is it just my eyes?
Well, I agree. I mean, I think, but part of it is just that we see him just getting trimmer.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess that's what I mean. Usually when I see 315 in a basketball jersey, you see 315.
And it's also
I don't see 315 in Cameron Waits.
We're starting to see that definition starting to come in on the young man too.
Well, if he's going to be an offensive tackle, which he certainly has those opportunities waiting for him. He looks physically prepared for that opportunity. Of course, he'll have plenty of opportunities in basketball as well. What would that be like to have your choice, huh?
There's only a few guys that have had that.
Yeah.
That free throw is good. But it's what you want, right? Urban Meyer said he won't recruit guys outside the quarterback position who don't play multiple sports. And there's that long list. We've talked about those guys that 2 sports or more. As Rigsby knocks down the 3. 101 points.
There'd be another school right now chanting tacos.
And another school up north to be getting cake from Applebee's. And the Tushransky picks up the foul. Timeout on the floor. Watching Wasatch Academy basketball on High School Rewind.
When I go to an employer, I have military variance and education on my resume, and it's always impressed them. It's always given me that edge. They know that I'm somebody that would be dependable and hardworking, that I know how to work in stressful environments, but still overcome it and get the job done. I know I owe that all to the National Guard and joining the military.
.317 left the fourth quarter of Wasatch Academy basketball. And with this music going, it's taking all my self-control not to imitate my good friend Alema Harrington. He just looks better than I do, in all things. Because that first free throw is no good.
Apparently he gets hooked up with suits too.
I can actually confirm that it's not just a commercial.
Yeah.
First free throw, good. Second, good from Jenkins. .315 left in the fourth quarter, and what has been an impressive night for Wasatch Academy is they got a big game coming up this weekend. Top 5 clash. As we're gonna have a push-off foul. As you can't get away with that in the state of Utah. MJ did, but no one else since then. No more. As Miller confident for the foul.
Sounds like a Utah Jazz fan. Just get over it, Dusty.
I won't. I never will. That is short. You tell me to get over the tuck rule too. That ain't happening.
Yeah, I know that one as well.
Matouche. Hronsky can't get that one in. The rebound claimed by the Silver Miners. Just let that one slide by.
In more ways than one.
Ferguson foul by Rigsby. Ferguson had a good first half, and like most players from Desert Valley, I mean, it's gone cold here in the second half. Not a lot of field goals here in the second half.
No, in fact, I mean, they've scored 20 points in the second half. We have 7 here in the fourth. We're talking about the free throw shooting. It was key for them in the first half. But I've only got 8 field goals for them here in the second half. I mentioned going cold. I've seen it from all over the floor tonight.
2:35 to go. Zedis brings it up to Hronsky. Drop it inside. Cam waits. Just putting that thing to work.
I feel for that young man. We don't have a 35 on our roster, but you talk about clearing out. The epitome. Look at this. Just, again, we got football coordinators right now being like, wait, what's that kid's name? It's Cameron Waits, everybody.
Get
Cameron
off my
Waits.
deltoid.
Man.
First free throws off the marker from Ferguson is Lofton. And Cole, he's just a basketball Jesse checking in. And the free throw is good. 2:19 to go in the fourth quarter. Lofton quickly up the floor to Jesse. One thing you won't see are the Tigers slowing it down as Waits. And that ball's out of bounds off of Miller. Yeah, tell him to sit on the bench. David Evans.
He is entertaining to watch. The basketball team is as well.
Yeah. Miller goes right to the rim off the steal. Oh, nice wraparound pass. Beautifully done.
It's a nice find there by James, able to find Buhard. It's not easy against this athletic front of Wasatch Academy.
Yeah. Miller was seeing a dunk. Yeah. He was hearing the crowd. And, yeah, up his feet. James. And now an offensive foul on Buhard. 1:17 to go. Drop it inside to Waits. Cam sent in the corner, Matuszewski for 3. 1:10.
On the top of Waits, he is literally fending off the defense with one hand, one arm, as the other arm is free to do whatever he wants, so he'll just throw it out to Matus for an open 3.
Step back 3 from Beckwood is short. Miller lobs it up. Matus! Didn't give us that dunk earlier because he wanted that one.
10 in the quarter for Matus. And a beautiful finish.
30 seconds to go as Cam pulls that one down, and Miller on the run out. With the offhand hammer.
How about the shadow by Michael Lofton? He went in the air as Miller did.
Buhard for 3, the closing seconds. 7 seconds as Lofton will walk it in the front court. Lots of highlights tonight. And a nice win from Wasatch Academy. Tigers 114. The Desert Valley Silver Miners 65. Dane, Utah Army National Guard consistent performer.
Boy, it's hard because we talk about it. Everyone has kind of those spurts in this Wasatch Academy team. I'm going to go with Foose as our most consistent performer tonight. Finished with 19, had 6 in the first half, had the other 13 in that third quarter to really help Wasatch Academy pull away from Desert Valley. Congratulations to Foose for being our Utah Army National Guard most consistent performer.
Well, again, our final score, Wasatch Academy 114 and Desert Valley 65. I want to thank Wasatch Academy. You can watch all the home games right here on live.ksl and deseretnews.com as you watch Wasatch Academy basketball on High School Rewind. Always brought to you by Utah Army National Guard and presented by Heidemann and Associates. Our Utah Army National Guard consistent performer of the game goes to Big Foose. For Dane Stewart, Vince Francis, and our whole crew here, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and watching Wasatch Academy basketball on High School Rewind.